It is official. 14 years, $500 million, just about guaranteeing Vladimir Guerrero Jr. is going to be a Blue Jay for life. And this Blue Jay fan is very happy that this deal has been done. The question is this a good deal for player and team? How is it compared to historical contracts? And what's the deal with this $325 million in signing bonus? Let's look at it. Let's go. Now, first off, I know people are going to come out and say, no athlete's worth $500 million. This is a terrible contract. No one should ever be paid this amount of money. Well, supply and demand and the markets of baseball tells you that this is where baseball is going in terms of contracts. You're going to have to learn to live with it. I don't want to hear these comments down in my comment section. Just get over it. This is market value in Major League Baseball. Shohei Ohtani and Juan Soto have completely and totally changed the market. This is where baseball is potentially going, depending on the next CBA. Of course, then we have to look at the comparables in terms of historic value to see if this is truly a huge overspend or just a little overspending. So taking a look at the comparables, the first one that people like to throw out right now is the Matt Olson contract with the Atlanta Braves. Of course, we're talking about the 8-year, $168 million deal that Matt Olson signed at age 28. The luxury tax hit on that one was $21 million per season. You extrapolate that out to $2025, and we're talking $22.8 million per season. Seems like a really, really good deal for a star first baseman. And the Toronto Blue Jays could have had this type of deal signed with Vladdy 2, 3, 4 years ago, but Mark Shapiro and Ross Atkins did not make this type of offer. This is the type of contract Vladdy should be offered, but the Blue Jays let it linger far too long to get all the way to free agency, and Vladdy had all the leverage, and boy, did it pay off. 14 years, $500 million, $35.71 million per season. You can see where the market has gone, especially top of the line, even first baseman. How do we evaluate the top first baseman before? Well, we have to go look at the Freddie Freeman deal, also from 2021. Take a look at that. Freeman signed that $162 million contract for 6 years at age 32. $27 million luxury tax. Of course, deferred money helps that value a little bit. $29.31 million when extrapolate out to 2025. So about $6 million less per season than the Vladimir Guerrero Jr. deal. So this is where the market has gone over the last 4 years. It has not gone astronomically up per season. This deal being extended out for several years, being 14 years long, makes a lot of sense for Vladdy and the Blue Jays. See how these long-term deals work out. It hasn't been good in the past, but this one might be very good considering most long-term deals had not covered prime years. They've tended to be older players. So the Freeman comp isn't as strong as what you might think, but it shows the market has not exploded as much as people seem to believe. And one of the best comparables right now to a young corner infielder is Rafael Devers compared to the Vladdy deal. That Devers contract was 10 years, $315 million signed at age 27. All very comparable to Vladdy Jr., $29.15 million, extrapolated out $29.54 million. Now, this is like the Devers and Vlad Jr. contracts are so comparable. Not far off in terms of money, about $5 million in difference. And when Devers signed, you have to remember he was a homegrown star that had all the leverage. We thought this was an overpay of a contract at the time, just like people are saying about Vladdy Jr. But you have to remember, Mookie Betts was traded out the door. Xander Bogaerts had just walked away to San Diego. The Boston Red Sox could not afford to lose another homegrown star and had to pay Devers full market value because he had all the leverage. Just like Vladimir Guerrero Jr. The Blue Jays let this linger on far too long. Should have got him locked up 2, 3, 4, 5 years ago, and it's paying off for Vladdy Jr. He gets the big time contract. Now, is this the first baseman to get a huge deal? No, it's not. And the comparable for this goes back to Miguel Cabrera in 2016. That was when Miggy signed an 8-year, $248 million contract at age 33. So that is a big, big difference compared to Vladdy Jr. $31 million in terms of luxury tax. Extrapolated out, that's $41 million in luxury tax per season. That is $6 million above the Vladdy Jr. number. And these are very comparable players. Now, at the time, Miguel Cabrera was one of, if not the best right-handed hitters of all time. That's why he got this monster deal from the Tigers. And it compares fairly favorably to Vladdy Jr. terrific right-handed hitter, poor defender, poor base runner. Now, I'm not saying Vladdy Jr. is Miggy Cabrera yet, but he could become that hitter in his prime. You have to remember, we're only talking age 26 for Vladdy Jr., so we'll see what he can become. If he becomes Miguel Cabrera, then this deal is completely and totally worth it. The only issue is Miguel Cabrera signed this deal in 2016. That first season was the last time the Detroit Tigers finished above 500 with Miguel Cabrera on the roster. As a Blue Jay fan, we really have to hope history does not repeat itself in that regard. And when you look at other comparables, this deal is not breaking the bank for the Blue Jays. Rogers has plenty of money, and looking at other comparables, the $35.71 million for Vladdy Jr. fits in amongst the stars, but not the top end. You got the Shohei and Soto deals at the top, of course, but Aaron Judge, $40 million, Mike Trout, $36 million, Anthony Rendon, $35 million, Francisco Lindor, $34.1, Arenado at over $33, Seager at $32.5. So the top end players compare luxury tax wise, AAV wise, very comparably to Vladdy Jr. So this is an overpay, sure, but we need to see what Vladdy becomes in his prime years, typically age 27 to 32. Now, the other thing that's got a lot of people talking is the fact there's $325 million in signing bonuses spread out throughout this contract. Say, why is this happening? I can tell you why. I live in Canada. Taxes here suck. And by taking signing bonuses rather than salary, Vladdy can claim his taxes or lack thereof in the state of Florida where he resides. If he took a yearly salary, he would not be able to do that and would have to pay the tax man here in Canada. And given what we pay in taxes, nobody wants to do that. The other big thing is there is a potential for a lockout in the next few years. And given this deal is 14 years long, there's a potential for 2 or 3 lockouts in the extent of this contract. And signing bonuses do not go away when there is a lockout. So Vladdy Jr. and his camp are going to get paid no matter what. So they did very, very well in breaking this up in terms of signing bonus. I think this is a very shrewd move on the negotiating team. They did very well for this 14 years, $500 million for Vladdy Jr. Make sure you comment down below what you think of the contract, or make sure you comment down below who you think is going to get the next big extension. It could be featured in an upcoming video right here on 3 Up, 3 Down. As always, I greatly appreciate all your guys' support here in the channel. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit that like button, share it out with all your baseball friends as we make the push for 1,000 subscribers here on the 2025 season. Thank you again, everyone. Until next time, take care, everyone.